The lesson.
Oh, yeah.
In 2015, so like around 5 years later, you were charged with an alleged kidnapping?
Yeah, unfortunately, yep.
So again, and I think it says that your brother was involved or allegedly involved in this particular incident. Now, can you walk us through, what the prosecutors were saying, and what the charges were, and the whole circumstances behind that?
Yeah. So, yeah, you're right. My next youngest brother, the same brother that was charged with the murder with me, was also charged with the kidnapping, aggravated robbery, and aggravated assaults. The prosecution had alleged that myself, my brother, and several others, including my partner at the time, had participated in the abduction, kidnapping, assault and extortion of another male from interstate. And yeah, what they were saying, parts of what they said from the very get-go were true, but the most important parts, the parts that had everyone charged with criminal offences that we never committed and looking at a very long time locked away in prison, they were the parts that had been altered to fit the victim's story that he wanted to portray in order to get off the major drug trafficking charges and the major pending charges that he still had pending in our state, because he wasn't from here. Yeah.
So, see if I get this correctly. So, they were alleging that yourself and one of your brothers kidnapped a drug dealer.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, and what you're saying is that in order the person that they're saying was allegedly kidnapped, they have told their side of the story, and in order to make that side of the story stick, the prosecution has kind of, amended, the truth or whatnot in order to fit that story so that you guys go down for the kidnapping.
The police, sorry, you might have misunderstood me. The police didn't amend his statement or anything like that. They just accepted it, which should have been just by reading. I've read the original statements. When you read them, they are so crazy and they're not unbelievable, but they're pretty hard to believe, if you know what I mean. Like when you read it, you think, whoa, you know what I mean? That all sounds a bit full on, and yeah, as we learned throughout the fucking 7-week trial that we had in the Supreme Court, he was lying through his teeth. He already had major drug trafficking charges in our state, wholly suspended, major drug trafficking offences, and he's getting a wholly suspended sentence when he's a interstate drug trafficker. So, they had even said it in his comments on passing sentence that the risk posed to him if he went to prison in Tasmania due to the nature of the people that have been charged with kidnapping him, the risk would be just too high. There is nowhere that he would be safe. All this crap. We'll give you a suspended sentence for bringing all that pain, misery and suffering into our state, giving everyone drug addictions and fucking whatnot. We'll just let you go scot-free because you said a couple of our state's worst criminals kidnapped you. That was the gist of it.
Wow. And then I guess if it's a 7-week trial, what sort of jail time were you guys looking at for allegedly kidnapping this dude?
This is no word of a lie. When the jury went out to deliberate their verdict, Like myself personally, I've been known to have a couple of meltdowns in court just when things are being said and done that I find unfair towards me, obviously. Yeah, my lawyer come down to the cells where we were all down there waiting for this pending verdict, and like he gone to do the door, and he goes, "Oh look, Kane, I just need you to understand, like if the verdict comes back guilty, like you're going to be sentenced today." And I'm like, "What? What do you mean? If the fucking verdict comes back guilty?" I said, "Did you not just hear everything that was said the last 2 days?" And he's like, "Kane, you know how this works, right? You know, like just never." I've had this lawyer for 20 years, mind you. Like he's the best in our state, but he's just like, "Kane, don't. Like I'm not having this conversation with you. I just need you to understand what's going to happen if that happens." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, of course I know that." And he goes, so you know you're looking at 10 to 16 years. And I'm like, "Fucking what?" Like I was just like, "You're kidding." It's the first time I've heard them figures. Like, and I was just, yeah. Fucking hell, that raised the bar, let me tell you. Like, obviously, I knew we were in serious shit. We're charged with kidnapping, aggravated assault, and multiple aggravated armed robberies on the one person, like, because he's alleging. Yeah, he's saying that, you know, I've done all these terrible, violent things to him, and, yeah, naturally it's serious, but not for a second did I think we'd be talking double figures, like, and then, yeah, it just, that was like a fucking exhilarating day, mate, like walking back up there and having, you know, 25 cops in the room, massive big public gallery, jury, everyone there, and then they just unanimous not guilty on all counts, on all offenders, like it was, yeah. There was,
Wow, that must have been a pretty amazing feeling to hear that.
yeah, the hardest part was, you know, like I had to give evidence for a full day. Like I had to explain exactly what they were overlooking. Like the fact that everything that he said, the only times that it made sense was when he was lying. Do you know what I mean? That was the worst thing, was that if no one got up and actually told the truth, his bullshit lies were making sense. Like, so it was just like, what option do we have? We don't have any option. Like, and it was just a shit go, you know what I mean? Like, and at the end of the day, like, we were just extremely grateful for our lawyers and for the fact that the jury seen straight through his bullshit, man. Like, if it wasn't for them seeing that he was lying, we were done. Simple as that. Like,
the lesson.
927. Oh, yeah.